you guys? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Maddison Hill, and yes, it is time for a pop off with Maddison. For today's pop off, I'm going to be talking about Real Housewives of Salt Lake City star Jen Shah and her recent arrest because this news has me absolutely shook. If you know me or if you don't, you should know that I am a Real Housewives girl through and through. I have loved Real Housewives pre-social media. I love the OG franchises. I have been a Bravo stan and Andy Cohen stan for a while. He's from Missouri, by the way, in case you didn't know. My favorite franchises are OC, New Jersey, and New York, and I've got to be honest, Salt Lake is kind of making its way into my top favorite franchises. If you have not watched, go download the Bravo app, do yourself a favor, and watch it. It is a mess. It's one of those good, messy reality shows that sometimes you need in your life to take your mind off of real problems, you know what I mean? But also, if you haven't watched it, I don't want you to feel like you aren't going to enjoy this video, because regardless, if you're here, that means you love yourself some good old-fashioned celebrity tea, and let me tell you, this story is just that. It is good old-fashioned celebrity tea, and I don't know about you all, but after yesterday and yesterday's video and the heavy subject matter, I'm ready for a little palate cleanser myself. I knew getting into entertainment news and celebrity news that not every story was going to be fun, lighthearted, tea-filled, what have you, and I know that's just part of reporting on celebrity news, but whew, after yesterday, I am ready to just get back to good celebrity tea. One of the things I love most about having my own channel, well, the first thing I love most about having my own channel is this amazing supportive community that we are slowly building together, the House of Hill community. I am so freaking appreciative of all of you guys, how respectful you guys are, the ability to have a positive conversation between each other. Like, I just can't even express enough how much I appreciate you guys. I feel so freaking lucky to have this House of Hill community. And to the other thing I love about having my own channel is that we get to talk about whatever we want. So while one day we might have a really heavy story that we have to sift through, the next day a Real Housewife was arrested for a 9-year scam, and we get to get into that. So I just wanted a quick shout out you guys and thank you guys for watching my videos, supporting my videos. And now enough with the intro. I know some of you who just want to hear the tea about Jen Shah are like, Maddison, please shut up. I just want to get to the facts. And don't worry, your time is now, because we are getting into unwrapping these Jen Shah facts. All right, so before I get into the arrest details, I first want to give you a little background information on who Jen Shah from Real Housewives of Salt Lake City is, how she is on the show, for those of you who haven't seen it, and for those of you who don't plan on watching it. That way you can still get a feel for the story and talk about it if the opportunity ever presents itself. So Jen Shah is the housewife on Salt Lake City who has a horrible temper, especially when she drinks, and she is the one who loves to flaunt her wealth, be over the top, be extra. Even on the show, she calls her house a chalet. She doesn't call it a house, not a mansion. It's literally the Shah Chalet or Jen Chalet or something like that. And honestly, she loves to flaunt it even more so than one of the other women on the show. Her name is Mary. She's the one who married her step-grandfather, and she inherited millions from her grandmother. And even still, Jen Shah is more over the top than Mary. Now, during the show, we also got to see Jen and her very large personal staff. I'm telling you, this woman has like multiple assistants. And whenever they would show up on camera, it'd be like Jen's assistant number 5, Jen's assistant number 4. She had multiple assistants, which obviously caused people to ask the question, what the heck is this woman doing that requires so many assistants and also is bringing in millions and millions of dollars? Her husband is a football coach for the University of Utah. However, he is an assistant coach. So while he's definitely making a good living, he's not making enough to the point that she can blow $2 million on just one party. So obviously people were curious, how in the heck is this woman making her millions? They were so curious that Andy Cohen even asked Jen Shah this at the Real Housewives of Salt Lake reunion, and her answer was very wishy-washy.
We have a platform that helps people acquire customers. So when you're shopping online or on the internet and something pops, we have the algorithm behind why you're getting served that ad.
In fact, even the other women didn't know how Jen Shah made her money.
Try to be like a fairly smart person, but like, remember, I was just like, I still don't get it.
LOL, because come to find out, now that this news has broke, we know that Jen Shah made her money by scamming people for years. So yesterday, TMZ reported that Jen Shah was arrested in Salt Lake City. TMZ reports that according to the U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York, Jen Shah generated and sold lead lists of innocent people who could be targeted for their nationwide scam for about 9 years. Jen's first assistant, who was on the show, he was on the show a lot. She talked about how he's her work husband. He definitely got some airtime. His name is Stuart Smith, and he was also arrested alongside Jen Shah for having something to do with this scam. According to TMZ, the feds say that many of those targeted were, quote, vulnerable, often elderly, working class people who were, quote, duped by the promise of business opportunities involving Shah, Smith, that's her assistant, and their alleged co-conspirators. Jen and her assistant Stuart were each charged with 1 count of conspiracy to commit wire fraud in connection with telemarketing through which they victimized 10 or more persons over the age of 55. The maximum penalty for that charge is 30 years. Plus, they've also been hit with 1 count of conspiracy to commit money laundering, which carries a maximum sentence of 20 years. TMZ went on to report that according to the feds, Jen Shah and her assistant allegedly targeted and defrauded hundreds of victims before being busted by the NYPD, Homeland Security, and other law enforcement officials in a joint effort. So since this news broke, we obviously have more information, like the fact that Jen was actually filming for Real Housewives of Salt Lake City the morning of her arrest. She even posted a picture on her Instagram story about the glam she was getting. So as soon as she left set and was done filming, that's when TMZ reports that she was arrested at a strip mall nearby. So while the arrest wasn't caught on camera, we do know it will be discussed on the show. I'm ready for the classic Bravo montage whenever anyone gets arrested, where it shows all of the women checking their phones and being like, oh my God, can you believe it? Jen Shah arrested. I'm so ready for that montage. In addition to that, we know that Jen Shah is no longer being held. She was actually released yesterday, and she was released wearing a fur coat, some over-the-knee leopard boots. She did not talk to the press, obviously. But yeah, you guys, this is just absolutely wild. I have so many thoughts. So let's not waste any more time, pop off, and get to that shambong. Also, did you guys notice I'm wearing my pieces forward? I got my claw clip and the pieces forward. This is a big day. I'm sure some people are gonna troll me for my ears in the comments because people love to come for my appearance when they disagree with anything you have to say, but I like the pieces forward. All right, so when this news broke yesterday, if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I was absolutely shook. Partially because while I was watching the show, I knew something was off about Jen Shah. I saw the way she threw money around. I saw the way she would drop millions of dollars on parties. I saw how she had all of these multiple assistants, and I just found it so interesting, I guess, and a little odd, to the point that I actually Googled her to figure out how she's made this much money. Because I don't know about you guys, but whenever I'm watching a show and there's an extremely rich person on there who is real, I love to Google how they made their millions, because I feel like if I can research how other rich people got rich, hopefully at some point I will in turn be able to get rich. It hasn't worked yet, but I'm hoping it pays off soon. Anyway, whenever I Googled Jen Shah, the thing that came up, it was like, oh, Jen Shah owns multiple marketing companies. She owns multiple small businesses, yada, yada, yada. There was never one clear answer as to how she made her millions. So I found that odd. And I actually felt vindicated when at the reunion, Andy Cohen asked Jen Shah flat out how she made her money because so many people were curious. And I did find it odd when I saw her kind of dodge the question and not really answer. But now we know why she was dodging the question, because clearly she's been making her money illegally. Honestly, I think the thing that really baffles me about Jen Shah is that she knew she was making money illegally. She's been doing this for 9 years, and she still chose to go on a reality show and flaunt her lifestyle and flaunt the fact that she was making millions illegally. That is absolutely mind-boggling to me, and in my opinion, that is narcissism at its best. And aside from that, the thing that makes me cringe that much more is the fact that while the show was airing, Jen Shah tweeted this, and she said, Teresa walked so I could run. If you don't know who Teresa is, she's talking about Teresa Giudice or Teresa Giudice from Real Housewives of New Jersey. Teresa is the one who flipped the table. She's also the one who did time in federal prison. Also, her daughter, Gia, is the one who sings the waking up in the morning, thinking about so many things. For people who don't actually know where that originated, that is from Real Housewives of New Jersey. That is from Teresa's daughter. Regardless, this is a tweet that has not aged well at all, and people were pointing this out on social media. The fact that she compared herself to Teresa with her temper, and then now she's really gonna be like Teresa, except she's probably gonna have to do a little more hardcore jail time, is just chef's kiss. I know I'm kind of making light of the situation in regards to Jen Shah, but that's because I truly don't feel bad for her. I think her and her assistant Stuart deserve whatever consequences they face. The people who deserve my empathy and my sympathy are A, the victims. The fact that she targeted elderly people really freaking grinds my gears. I am super sensitive to elderly people. I feel like we need to protect them at all costs. So number one, I feel bad for her victims, the elderly people, and the people who are just working hard and trying to make a better life for them and their family. I also feel bad for her kids. I believe they're in their high teens or their 20s. So I do feel bad for them because they're definitely old enough to understand what's going on, see the embarrassment, be on the receiving end of probably some hateful messages. And I also feel bad for her husband. If you guys have not watched the show, you should know that Jen's husband, the football coach, he is truly a gem and breath of fresh air to reality television. He is positive, he is motivating, he's level-headed, and he is just somebody who I feel like Bravo needed to put on TV just to kind of like give America a little chutzpah, a little pep in their step. He is truly shamazing, as Jen would say, because her last name's Shah, she always says shamazing. But yeah, that pretty much sums up my thoughts on this Real Housewives of Salt Lake City Jen Shah situation, and now I'm ready to hear what you think. Do you think she deserves to serve out her full sentence of 30 years and 20 years, so that'd be 50 years total? Are you excited to watch this on the show? Are you going to tune into Real Housewives of Salt Lake City now? I want to hear all your thoughts and feels down below. While you're at it, please give this video a thumbs up. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button, and don't forget that notification bell. For more celeb content, you guys can follow me over on my Instagram. Whenever anything breaks, I'm most likely to post it on there. I also do mini pop-offs on my Instagram Reels Monday through Friday, so make sure you check those out. You guys can also follow me over on my TikTok. I post celebrity content on there, and also my poor attempts at being funny. So if you could support me on there, I'd be super appreciative. Also, you can check out my merch store at houseofhill.com. And again, I just want to thank you guys for being part of the House of Hill community. We are almost at 20K subscribers, so please share this video, share the House of Hill love so we can get to that 20K goal and celebrate all together. I cannot wait. I just want to one more time say I appreciate you guys, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!